So week 4 has been delayed by a few days, so I'm going to use that time to catch up on week 3 because I didn't have the time to get to it last week. So first off is the Hellfire FLAMETHROWER, which is from the Pyromancer challenge. Now I'm not sure that there's too much strategy to this game of not spleef with the big house, but I'll give you it worked for me anyway. The way it works is pretty much every second a random platform will vanish. This goes on for about a minute until there's only one platform with the key left. Now, in my experience, the last platform usually ends up being in one of the corners, so I'd recommend just picking a corner and trying to hold out on any of these intersections, I guess you could call them. Just these platforms that connect other larger groups of platforms together. And hopefully you should get it soon enough. Toward the end, the platforms can literally be dropped out from under you with no way of recovering, so it's handy to just get a friend on and bring up the teleport GUI before entering the actual challenge itself. And yeah, you can just play different parts of the map and hopefully teleport to one another when the going gets tough. Anyway, the last platform will spawn a key that you can use to open the locker next to the actual entry to the minigame, and that's where you'll get your item. Here's a side note really quick though, getting stuck on the door is not a good strategy, and there is an invisible barrier over the ceiling and most of the outside of the arena, so stick to the teleport strategy that I laid out and you should get it after a few attempts because glitching around is just a waste of time. Now the Whirlwind is either extremely easy or extremely difficult apparently, because I've seen a lot of people get really upset about this one being insanely challenging. So pretty much this one is in the Aeromancer challenge and you have to do a fun obstacle course to get it. However, this time, every few seconds, you'll get blown back a few studs and ragdolled. Now, that is unless you're behind a couple of rocks here, but I don't know, in my case, I just used this path and it worked out first try, but feel free to use a unique path that works for you. So, again, I've seen a lot of people complain about like how this is super difficult and basically impossible, but I don't know, seems pretty easy to me, maybe just a skill issue, but alas, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional, so, you know, seek out medical guidance in that case. And yeah, I like this thing. It's basically just a bolt cannon that shoots rebar, so yeah, I don't know, kind of sick. It's one of my favorite items this event so far, I think, so yeah, do what you will with it. And now it's time for the weekly ghost hunt update. This time you get a chocolate bar for doing it, which, now that I look at the model, I don't know if it's actually referencing anything, but it looks like it's referencing a few things. Alright, is that just me? I don't know. Maybe this bumps it up a little bit, but it's still the worst ghost hunt item. The Grove Tender's Peak changed my mind. So yeah, these probably aren't all of the spawns, but I've got a list showcasing most of them on screen now, and I'll keep a link to a document that's updated fairly frequently with all of the spawns for them. So yeah, I've also developed a bit of a strategy in the meantime for ghost hunting, mainly just using free cam to scout out known ghost spawns and winging it from there. So if you get stuck and can't find the last ghost, my best advice is to just throw in the towel and come back later. It'll probably save you a lot of anguish. So yeah, there you have it. By tradition, we got a flamethrower this year, and I know I've probably already made a TF2 pyro joke somewhere in this video, but honestly, this thing really reminds me of the Dragon's Fury. They probably have the same source material or something, but whatever the case, it looks pretty awesome. I just wish it had maybe a larger magazine, if you could call it that. Obviously, that's not the right term, but this thing just runs out of ammo really quickly. And I guess it does kind of make sense, because, like, preventing trolling and whatnot, that was a big deal in Mirage, but otherwise, the claws from last week look neat, and again, the chocolate bar is pretty stupid, and the Whirlwind is a really cool concept. I like it, probably one of my favorite items from the event so far, and yeah, no videos that aren't LEGO Halloween events soon. But yeah, no, you're gonna get week 4 first, so sorry to put y'all through that. Bye.
See, I spent like 30 minutes looking for this last ghost last week, and now I just hopped on again. And what do you know? It's in here, just chilling in the corner. It's not the last one. Oh my